All right, good morning. My name is Katie Akins with the Arizona Farm Bureau Ag in the Classroom program.
And I'm Alicia Gutierrez with the Arizona Farm Bureau Ag in the Classroom program.
And we are so excited to be here with you today to celebrate a very special event that is happening here soon. Does anybody know what we're talking about? Should we give them some hints maybe?
Yes, let's give him some hints.
It has to do with somebody's birthday. No, not your birthday. We're thinking about our favorite author. Now, do you guys know what an author is? What does an author do? That's right. He or she writes the words to the story. So can anybody think of a very important author who is celebrating a birthday? That's right, Dr. Seuss. Have you read a Dr. Seuss book before?
I love Dr. Seuss.
Raise your hand if you've read a Dr. Seuss book before. All right, we want to get to know some of your favorites. So raise your hand if your favorite Dr. Seuss book is The Cat in the Hat. It's a good one.
Yep.
What
about The Lorax?
Ooh.
That's my favorite.
How about One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish?
Green Eggs and Ham?
10 Apples on Top?
Ooh.
Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? There are so many different Dr. Seuss books, and we might even get to read one a little later today. But before we can get started on our very special author, Dr. Seuss, we want to talk to you guys about that favorite word that we bring up every single time we get to meet with you. And what's that word?
Agriculture.
Agriculture. Can you guys say agriculture? Agriculture. Very good. Now, when we've been with you in the past, you've learned that when you hear that word agriculture, we want you to think of farmers and ranchers. Do you guys remember what those farmers and ranchers do? Okay, let's get organized with this, right? Okay, so our ranchers here in Arizona, we call them cowboys and cowgirls, and it's their job to take care of 3 different types of animals. Tell us one of them. I heard cow.
Yep, so did I.
I heard cow, that's right. Our ranchers, they take care of beef cattle, and what else do they take care of?
Horses, right?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. They ride around on those
are
horses.
very important for cowboys and cowgirls.
And that third one is a little tricky, so I think we'll give you a clue. Are you ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Bah!
Of course, sheep. Our ranchers take care of sheep as well. So we know our ranchers take care of animals, and we know that our farmers also take care of animals, but different animals than our ranchers. Can you guys think of a farmer or a animal that a farmer takes care of? I heard it.
I heard it too. Pigs, yes.
Of course, we get bacon, ham, sausage, pork chops, all of those amazing things. What's another animal a farmer takes care of?
Chickens? Yeah. So eggs, we get eggs from chickens. Excellent.
And chicken from chickens. Very good. We knew you knew that. And what's the last animal that our farmers take care of? That's right. It's the cows. And what type of cows are those again? Dairy cows. Very good. Okay, so now we know that our farmers and ranchers, they take care of animals. And we should also know that our farmers do something else.
What else could they take care of other than animals?
I heard it.
I did too.
Crops. Very good. I'm so happy you guys remembered that word. Our farmers grow crops. And crops are things like all of those amazing fruits and vegetables that hopefully you are eating every single day. Now, today, we want to talk to you guys a little bit about something that our farmers have to grow a lot of those crops. So what do farmers have to grow all of those different crops? Well, that's right. They do have to have water. I heard water. What else do they need?
Sunlight. Yep, you're
Very
right.
Good. Bees? Yes, some of our crops have to have bees. But I've been hearing it a lot. Of course, to grow anything, you have to start with a seed. And that's what we are going to learn about today. So, to learn a little bit about seeds, we are going to turn to our friend, the Cat in the Hat from the Dr. Seuss Lending Library. We're going to read a story called Oh Say, Can You Seed? See what they did there? Now, to show me you're listening, I want you to be sitting crisscross applesauce if you're on the story carpet. If you're at your desk, sitting nicely and quietly, feet on the floor, hands in front of us, ears open and mouths nice and quiet. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, say, can you seed? I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I think that you need to come take a look at this thing called a seed. From the giant gum tree to this very small weed, every flowering plant started out as a seed. Plants are so useful to me and to you. Can you think of the ways? I will name you a few. The paper for books and the cloth for your pants came from trees and from cotton. That's two kinds of plants. The grains and the fruits and the veggies you eat, why, they come from plants too. And here's something neat. In deserts and woods and rainforests thick, grow plants that can make you feel well when you're sick. Yes, plants serve us well and fill so many needs. And flowering plants all started as seeds. Just what is a seed, you are wondering maybe? Well, you might say a seed is a teeny plant baby. The best way for you to see just what I mean is to take a close look at a seed called a bean. Like all seeds, a bean comes in three basic parts. Thing one and thing two, please bring on the charts. How many basic parts does the seed come in? That's right, 3. Part 1 is the first that I think you should know. It's the part that's the baby. It's called embryo. Can you guys say embryo? Embryo. To sprout, it needs food like you and I do, which brings us to seed part numero 2. It's called cotyledon. Say, isn't that fun? This bean seed has 2, but some others have 1. Can you guys say cotyledon? Cotyledon. Very good. That's the 2 largest parts of our seed. Do you see it there in the orange chart? Last comes the third part that you need to know. It's the coat, which protects our cute bean embryo. Can you guys say coat? Coat. Very good. Of course, the coat is on the outside of our seed because it protects our seed. To sprout a bean seed, keep it moist but not wet. Keep it covered with dirt and then see what you get. In 7 or so days comes the part that I love. A root spreads below and a stem shoots above. Now, in order to show a grown bean plant to you, we've traveled in time for some months, maybe 2. Thing 2 calls the part above ground the shoot system. Thing 1 calls the part underground the root system. To get a good look at the roots underground, it is better to make like a mole, I have found. Roots are not pretty, they're twisty and hairy, and some roots look even a little bit scary. Roots anchor a plant and help it stand true. Roots soak up the water and minerals too. And roots keep the soil from just washing away. That's pretty important, now wouldn't you say? We've talked about roots, we've learned about them. Now it is time we move on to the stem. The stem is a pipe through which water shoots. It's absorbed from the soil and passed up through the roots. It shoots through the plant, and next, as you'll see, the leaves each turn into a food factory. Just like the rhino's protected with horns, the stem of a rose is protected with thorns. Leaves come in all shapes and all sizes, I found. Some small and some spiky, some big and some round. But the thing that all leaves have in common is this: they make their own food by photosynthesis. Can you guys say photosynthesis? Photosynthesis. Very good. I'll say this quite loudly. I don't mean to be rude, but plants are the only living things on Earth that make their own food. To do this, plants need water, minerals, and sun. And that's why the daytime is when food making's done. For your information and also for fun, hop in my shrink-upper and let's see how it's done. The leaf takes in CO2 through a stoma or pore. It works like a mouth, and that's what it's for. Then the air gets mixed in with the water and sun, and that's how the food-making factory is run. I see by my clock that now is the hour to drop in and say a hello to the flower. Did you guys know plants breathe out a gas that we breathe in? The name of that gas is oxygen. Thing 2 has a chart, he will share it with you, that shows what the parts of a flower all do. In the pistil are ovules, they're unfertilized seeds. The stamen holds pollen, which an ovule needs. An unfertilized ovule will not ever grow, and pollen is the stuff that will fix that, you know. A flower's own pollen or another's okay. That's where the bees play a role, by the way. To make honey, bees need to get nectar from flowers. They fly and they gather this sweet stuff for hours. The pollen sticks onto their bodies and legs. It falls off, and sometimes it reaches the eggs. An ovule that's fertilized becomes a seed. Around it grows fruit, upon which we feed. When we say the word fruit, do you know what that means? It means olives, nuts, grains, plantains, tangerines, and apples and oranges and pineapples too. All kinds of plant foods that are healthy for you. Some fruits are juicy and messy to munch on. Dry ones like nuts are nice just to crunch on. Not all plants with seeds give us edible fruit. Some plants have seeds that look weird or look cute. Burr seeds are hitchhikers that ride on your clothes, and dandelion seeds sometimes fly up your nose. Some seeds come in pods that explode like a sneeze. Other seeds may have wings and can fly on a breeze. But whether they stick or they blow or they fly, seeds bring us life, and now you know why. I see the sun setting and here comes the moon. Your mother is calling, your dinner is soon. I hope you have learned from my little seed talk, and now I will climb up this giant beanstalk. All right, how many of you guys like that story?
I did.
I love this story, right? I love seeds. I love this story. So we are going to leave this copy of the book here with your teacher in the classroom. That way, if you want to remember one of the things that we learned about in this story, you can come back and read it again. Sound good? All right. Okay, now, you guys were super good listeners during our story, but now we want to see how much you remember. So to do that, we are going to do a really fun activity. Before our activity, we all need to be back at our desks, okay? So I need you to stand up nicely and quietly and walk back to your seats if you're not already there. Go. We'll let you get there. We won't start without you. We promise. Okay, now as you guys are making your way back to your seats, if you're not there already, in just a moment, we are going to come around, or your teacher is going to come around and pass out to you a paper towel. Now this is important because after everybody has a paper towel and is sitting nicely and quietly at their desks for the teacher, your teacher is going to give you one of these. What is this, Miss Alicia?
Oh, it looks like a seed.
It is. In fact, this is a lima bean, which is also a seed. Now you might notice that it's pretty big, But that's because we soaked these in water last night so that they would get really big to allow us to see the different parts of the seeds. Do you guys remember how many parts there were to our seed in the book? How many charts were there? Three parts of the seed, and so that's what we're going to find today. So each of you sit at your desk. Your teacher's going to come and put the seed on your paper towel. Very important. Do not touch the seeds. Are they going to touch the seeds?
No, you're not going to touch
Not going to touch the seeds, not until we're ready, okay? Teachers, if you are passing out seeds, go ahead and push pause and come back to us once everybody has their paper towels and seeds. All right, looks like everybody has a paper towel and a seed. So the very first thing that we need to talk about is that part of the seed that was the outside. Do you guys remember what that was? What was the outside of the seed called? They're good.
Yeah, seed coat.
The coat, right? Which protects our seed. So to be able to get inside that seed, and do you want to do this with me?
Sure.
To be able to get inside the seed, the first thing we're going to have to do is take off the coat, okay? Now to do this, all you do is place your seed. You can touch your seed now. Grab your seed, put it between two of your fingers, and you're just going to rub your fingers together. And because we soaked it in water, when you do that, the seed coat, ew, I know it's kind of slimy, is going to come right off, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and do it. I want everybody to try. And then if you can't do it, have your friend help you or raise your hand and your teacher will help you. But I want everybody to try first, okay? Now, I don't want you to panic if your seed comes apart. You keep yours together, right? So my seed came apart, and not only did it come apart, it broke into lots of pieces. That's okay. Because what is the job of the seed coat? That's right, to protect the seed. So if we take that protection off, the seed coat off, chances are our seed can break, and that's okay. All right? So you might have two big pieces. You might have one piece that's just stuck together, or like Miss Katie, you might have a whole bunch of pieces.
That's okay.
And that's okay. All right? Okay. Now, what was that really funny word we learned in the story? Remember, it was That was a good try.
Close.
That was a good try, but what is it?
Cotyledon?
The cotyledon. Cotyledon, cotyledon, cotyledon. That's how we remember it, right? And the cotyledon are the two largest parts of the seed. So it's the seed that looks like the bean, right? Okay. So there's our cotyledon. Now, what was that third part? That third part is the embryo. Remember the embryo? And that's our little baby plant beginning to grow. So this one you've got to use your investigation skills, okay? Now, you might find that your embryo is stuck on your seed. Did you find yours? Mine broke off, unfortunately.
I found mine.
Oh, perfect. Ooh, that's a terrific example.
I don't know
Show
if
them.
we can see it. Can you guys see that?
There. Do you guys
Ooh,
see
see
that
right
little
there?
thing? Okay, so here's mine that fell off. Can you see it? It looks like a little snaggly tooth.
Yeah.
So it might be connected to your seed still, or it might have fallen off, and that's okay. But that's, whoa, little embryos are slippery. But that's our little baby plant beginning to grow, okay? All right, so I want everybody to look for their embryos. Again, your embryo might have, even if your seed broken apart, it might be in a couple of little pieces.
And that's
But I
okay.
want you to look for those little snaggle tooth parts. You guys kind of see? They're just little, okay? And that'll be your embryo. All right, so everybody just take a couple of minutes and find all three of your pieces there. Teachers, if you need more time, go ahead and push pause as your students are finding their three parts of our seed. Okay, so now that we found the three parts of the seed, let's do a little test. No, don't panic. You guys get to work together. This is a class test, and we're going to help you, right? So it's the three parts of the seed. So we worked together. We learned about the three parts of the seed, the embryo, the cotyledon, and the seed coat, right? And now that we know the three parts of the seed and we found them, we want to see if you can identify them all by yourself or with the help of your friends. Okay, so I want you to look on your paper towels and find for me your seed coat. Everybody hold up your seed coat. Kind of dried out now, aren't they? Yeah, they're kind of dried out. Feel funny. But that seed coat, remember, it protects our seeds. Okay, go ahead and put your seed coat down. Now, what should they find?
Let's look for the cotyledon.
Cotyledon. You should have at least 2, but maybe you have more pieces than 2 if it broke apart. Just hold up a couple of pieces. You don't need to hold them all up. But those are our cotyledons, the 2 largest parts of our seed. Okay? Now we want you to find the smallest part of your seed, that baby plant beginning to grow, the embryo. Show me your embryos. Excellent. There they are. Look at how cute they are.
Those are little babies.
All right. Nice job, my friends, finding the 3 parts of the seed. Okay, I need you to do something very important for us now. Put all of the parts of your seed on your paper towel. Okay, so we'll hold it up. They're all on your paper towel, all right there. Now I want you to fold your paper towel like a little envelope. Okay, see this little square? All your pieces inside. Okay. All right. Now your teacher's going to come around with a garbage can and you're going to throw it right in there. I know. You're bummed out. You're sad. But there's a couple of reasons that we're throwing our seeds away today. 1, could you take this seed outside and plant it, Miss Alicia?
No.
Well, I mean, you could plant it, but would it grow?
No, it's not going to grow.
It's not going to grow? How come it's not going to grow? Because we took it apart, right? It's not going to grow.
And then some of them are in a lot of pieces.
Oh, mine's in a lot of pieces. Now, the other reason we're throwing it in the garbage is because these are lima beans, and they are not cooked. And if you or a baby brother or sister or a pet were to eat these lima beans, they might get a stomach ache. So we just want to make sure that nobody gets these into their mouths and into their bellies. So we need you guys to make sure they're all in the garbage can. So please go ahead and do that for us. Man, this was fun.
I know. I really enjoyed it.
This was fun. I enjoyed it. Miss Alicia enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. And I hope you will always remember that there are 3 basic parts to the seed. They are the coat, the cotyledon, and the little baby embryo. Nice job. All right. Thanks. And we'll see you next time.